Hi, my name is Wendy Patrick, and we're going to talk about, from one of my Psychology Today columns, 3 steps to create commitment in a romantic relationship. Research suggests there are specific ways to maintain monogamy. Now, one of the most important hallmarks of a healthy relationship is commitment. Probably don't need a study to tell you that. Even partners who describe themselves as a match made in heaven can take steps to improve the health and happiness of their relationship here on Earth. And those steps are easy to take. Researchers have looked at antidotes for infidelity, as I discuss in my article. They examine ways couples can boost their immunity, as they put it, against infidelity. Now, these researchers have used many different ways of describing how this can take place. But what they're all seeking to do is find out, how do we assist in maintaining faithful relationships and avoiding unfaithful behavior? And many times it comes down to commitment. It's one of the most effective ways to maintain monogamy. Research often concludes that commitment is one of the most effective ways to maintain monogamy. So one of the things couples can do is look for ways to discuss their feelings, their insecurities, their history, and find ways to bring them closer together in terms specifically of commitment. Research also gives us some tips on maintaining monogamy and strengthening commitment. So let's talk about just a few practical tips. In the professional world, meetings matter. What does that mean? Well, many extramarital affairs begin in the workplace. No doubt this is due to the sheer amount of time that we spend there. Couples who are smart will discuss this in advance and revisit it as appropriate when circumstances and jobs change, and strategize ways to guard against this temptation. But in addition to the obvious, such as avoiding private meetings with attractive relational alternatives that you also happen to work with, a job comes with a social life. For many employees, this is the best thing about their job. They love the workplace, not because of what they do, but because of who they work with. For workers in romantic relationships outside the workplace, the key is keeping that balance between professional and personal boundaries. One issue that comes up frequently is where to have meetings. Whether you're working in or out of town, from time to time, sometimes daily, you meet with coworkers. Assuming such meetings are not virtual, which is the trend, the operative factor will be where. Some researchers have noted that traveling employees should meet with coworkers in public spaces, not in a room with a bed. This might sound obvious, but with a group of employees staying at the same hotel, picking someone's room might be a tempting, simple alternative to trying to find quiet space in a crowded lobby. But for several reasons, it's a bad idea. Victims from the #MeToo movement, citing the behavior of fallen stars such as Harvey Weinstein, would advise against hotel room meetings from a safety perspective as well. Avoid reigniting old flames, on or offline. One common denominator that every individual brings to a new relationship is a past. Usually, that past includes old flames. Notwithstanding the reality that ex-partners are exes for a reason, their past status is significant because at one time they were considered important enough to be current flames. Here's a suggestion. If you're planning to attend an event where you might run into an ex, why not bring your partner? Sure, class reunion is a great example, but there are many others as well. You might run into exes at the gym, at the grocery store, and many other places, sometimes intentionally, if you're familiar with their routine. Such accidental meetings, if that's what it is, can be enormously detrimental to current relationships. In today's world, we can easily reconnect with ex-partners without even leaving our homes. We simply find them online. For people in committed relationships, this is always a bad idea. There is no good reason to check in with an old flame, nor is it productive to explore their Facebook page to see what they're doing. At best, this is time wasted you can never get back. At worst, it reflects a willingness to romantically re-engage, or a sign that the embers are still burning. Resist the temptation. Birds of a feather join the right flock. Single bars and parties are for singles. So are friends who are still on the scene. It is helpful to surround yourself by a social network of people who are in support of your marriage, per researchers. This network can consist of people that are themselves happily married and who do not support infidelity. Now, whether you are married or in a committed relationship, socializing with like-minded committed couples provides accountability as well as a healthy sense of normalcy. This is important in a world where infidelity is sometimes glamorized on social media and reality TV, despite the pain and destruction it causes for the families involved. The common denominator with these tips is the appreciation of the power of proactivity in maintaining monogamy. For happy couples, relationships worth savoring are also worth saving.